everyone, it's Julia. I had a pair of thrifted blue jeans that I cut up and made several bags out of this week. And I wanted to share with you the bags just so you can kind of see what I did. But also I wanted to share a really easy zippered pocket technique. Some of the bags that I created, first of all, just a little zippered pouch. I had a piece left over from the leg that I cut and did my fabric collage on it. This was a really cute stamped image that someone gifted me. Added a little bit of color on it. And it just has this really cute little zipper on the top, lined, and a little detachable strap. I love using the top of the jeans. You can get two complete bags out of it. And you can use the pockets in the front, pockets in the back. And you can see the top of the jeans. So I did two of those. Those are crossbody. I did show how I made these jeans, this particular bag from jeans, and I'll link that down below for you. So if you want to actually create these half a jean bag, that link will be down below. Another one of my favorite to do with my denim jeans are my fold over clutches. And this video also I will link down below. I do show how I created these. This one is the denim on one side and a patch. It's just different scraps of velvets and upholstery fabric on the back side. And this one too, the same size, although I didn't fold it as deep. And this one does have a magnetic snap. And again, the zipper. And then on the back, a zippered pocket. And I wanted to share this technique with you. I wanted to say I was so scared of doing this particular technique because it reminded me of tailoring days. I took a tailoring class in college and we had to do welt pockets. I don't know. Leave a comment if any of you have ever tried it. I failed. I did not do well with that. And this reminded me of that. And so I was a little hesitant at first to try this. But it's really easy, and I'm just going to walk you through the steps. I hope you enjoy this. Let's get started. I have my back piece and also my pocket piece. Now my back measures 12 inches by 11 inches, and my pocket measures 9.5 by 18 inches. So your pocket is long as you're going to be folding it up. But you do want to have approximately 1.5 inches on each side, and then approximately 2 inches on the bottom. You do not want to interfere with your seam lines at all. Just finding the center of my pocket there, and just did a little crease. Now I'm going to be working on the back side of my lining. Just finding that center there. I'm going to be drawing a rectangle, and my rectangle is going to be approximately 7 inches. So that's going to be my opening for my pocket, about a 7-inch. And I'm just drawing it on. I'm using a heat erase pen here, but you can use any sort of marking pen. You're not going to see this line at all. Now I'm measuring down approximately 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch. And then also filling in on my ends there on my rectangle. The next line you want to draw is your cutting line. And this is right down the center of your rectangle. And then I'm going to be just doing a little triangle going into the corners. Taking my pocket piece and laying it onto my back of my bag, my back piece, getting it in the center again, and we'll be pinning this into place. And then I'm going to be stitching on that rectangle, right on the rectangle line. I don't show this at my sewing machine, but I do want to make a comment that you want to have your stitch length quite tiny. Mine was at like a 1.8. And I'm going to be stitching right on that rectangle, being really careful in the corners. You want to try to get right on that line in the corners. Now you can see my stitches. And now I'm going to be cutting this right on that cutting line, and you will be going through both layers. So I'm just poking that in there just to get it started. And then just again, just getting it as close as you can right in the center of this rectangle, right on that line that I have drawn. Being more careful in the corners, just cutting that triangle right to the corner, but do not cut your stitches. I have that cut, and now I'm just going to be folding and tucking this pocket to the wrong side of my back piece here. I think one of the things that you just want to take the most time on doing this is this step of turning this and then ironing or pressing this into place. You want to roll those seams so you don't see that lining at all on the back side of the steam helps a lot with this, or using a spray bottle would also help. Just getting that nice and crisp and all that lining so it doesn't show on the front side. You know, and if it does show a little bit, you really don't see it once the zipper is into place. It's getting that all smoothed. And now you can easily see my little rectangle. You want your zipper to be slightly bigger than your rectangle, and you do want to do a little bit of a zigzag stitch right at that, you can see it there, right at that pull. That just really helps keep it together while you're doing this next step. I am using a water-soluble double-faced 1/4 inch tape for this. And this really does help with this next, just to keep that zipper into place. Just laying that right on each of the zipper sides, right on the zipper tape there. Just taking my finger and I'm really pushing that tape down. It didn't want to stick really well, so I'm pushing that down, and then I'm removing that back paper part. So my sticky side is showing. And placing this underneath that opening. And just pressing that into place. You want to make sure that you're not going to be hitting any of that metal on the ends of your zipper. So I'm just kind of getting that into place. I will be taking a 1/4 inch seam all the way around this now. And I do use my zipper foot, and I'm going to be showing that at my sewing machine here in this next step. I do have my zipper foot on, and I have my needle position on the left-hand side here, and I'm just going right around this little rectangle. When I'm top stitching like this, I usually have my stitch length at a 2.5 or a 3. And again, here's where I want to make sure I'm not hitting that metal, and I'm just going right over my zipper. I like to start in the center of my zipper when I'm doing this, so that when I go back and forth to tie my knot there, it's not right at the end. And here we are. My zipper is all in place, and I'm going to be folding that pocket up. We're almost done. And we'll be taking just a 1/2 inch seam on each side of these pockets. And then you'll be able to cut that zipper off, that little tail there. I'm not going to even do anything with the top of my pocket because that'll be enclosed when I finish my bag. And there you have it. It's all done. It's so simple, and it really adds a nice little touch to any bag. I hope you enjoyed this. I am going to be including a few more photos here. I hope you have a chance to create this week. Bye for now.